welcome back to my channel. If you clicked on this video, then that means that this is for your pick a card on which goddess wants to work with you, is around you, is protecting you, guiding you. I am so excited to do this video. I'm so sorry for my break. It's definitely been a while, a couple days, but they were definitely well needed, and I feel like I'm finally back on my groove. So for this, I didn't want to tell you guys which goddess is with what pile. I'm gonna let you guys choose, and then you'll see when you click on the pile. So pile 1, you got this high priestess. She's very beautiful, and she has, hold on, I just wanted to focus. So she has this blue cloak with white, and she's very sexy but also knowledgeable, and she has like these 2 pillars with these bushes with roses, I believe. Oh no, those are pomegranates. And she has her scroll on this side, and on this side she has lavender. And the 2 crystals that you got amethyst. This is what she looks like. And you also got black tourmaline. And then pile 2, in this deck the words are a bit different, but you got the transformation or transition, and she's also very beautiful. This is like her crown, and she has skulls all around her, and she has like this golden vibe. And then you got pyrite for your first crystal. This is what it looks like. And then this one is supposed to be citrine, but I'm pretty sure this is heat treated citrine, meaning that it was amethyst first. So this is what it looks like. And then pile 3, you also got a high priestess, and this is what she looks like. I love her as well. She's very beautiful, very calm, very collected. And she has like her book. She has like this long pearl necklace. And then you got this very small yellow crystal. I'm not sure what crystal this is, but it is very pretty, and it just went with her. And then you also got citrine, but I also believe this is heat treated citrine, which heat treated citrine, which is amethyst first. They basically use heat to turn it yellow. I just wanted to focus, but yeah, that's what it looks like. And then pile 4, this is your high priestess. She's also very beautiful, very knowledgeable, and she has this almost like a crown of mirrors behind her, which is very interesting. And she has like some candles, she has some flowers down here. Take a good look at her. And you got selenite and labradorite, which just matched her energy so perfectly. And I always give you guys this disclaimer, which is, take what I have to say with a grain of salt. Of course, this is a general reading, so more than one pile can resonate. And also always take what resonates and leave the rest. But without further ado, let's get started. Hello, so if you chose pile 1 or the amethyst or black tourmaline, then the goddess that wants to work with you or that showed up for this pile is Hekate. What I'm gonna do now is tell you a little bit about Hekate, her history, but I'll put it in the timestamps below when the actual reading begins, just in case you want to skip. So Hecate is a mysterious divinity who, according to the most common traditions, was a daughter of Perses and Asteria, whence she is called Perseus. And others describe her as a daughter of Zeus and Demeter, and state that she was sent out by her father in search of Persephone. Others again make her a daughter of Zeus, either by Pharia or by Hera. And it says, according to traditions, she appears to have been an ancient Thracian divinity and a Titan who, from the time of the Titans, ruled in heaven, on earth, and in the sea, who bestowed on mortals wealth, victory, wisdom, good luck to sailors and hunters, and prosperity to youth and to the flocks of cattle. But all these blessings might at the same time be withheld by her if mortals did not deserve them. She was the only one among the Titans who retained this power under the rule of Zeus, and she was honored by all the immortal gods. She also assisted the gods in their war with the Gigantes, with the giants. This extensive power possessed by Hecate was probably the reason that she was co-founded and identified with several other divinities, and at length became a mystic goddess to whom mysteries were celebrated. And she is also known as the queen of all nature. We find her identified with Demeter, Rhea, Artemis, as well as the goddess of the moon, the mystic Persephone, of course. And if you look up her name, you're gonna see that Persephone comes up a lot, because basically she is known to have like these torches, and she also rules over entrances, portals, gateways, crossroads, doors. And it's because she holds these torches to light your way when you feel lost, distressed, confused, at a time where maybe mentally you're just down bad, or you don't find your way out. She will guide you to where you need to go. She will put direction and purpose when you need it the most. She is a very, very intense goddess to work with, and I would say she's not very beginner friendly. Like, you definitely have to do your research on her. And what else? Oh yeah, and she is very particular about the things that she likes. She's very particular about the things that she shows you, the information that she brings you, whether that's through your dreams, through your visions, through your gifts, through books, through literature, whatever it is. There's always a reason why you're being shown something. She's like a dad and a mom at the same time, right? Because she's basically going to speak to you as a parent would, and she's going to like teach you lessons, but she's also going to bless you when you work hard and you are deserving. And it's very interesting that as we read through her history, this is something that comes up. And the last thing I wanted to say is that something that I love about Hecate is that she's very friendly, and sometimes she knows that the guidance that she has, it's not that it's not enough, but sometimes you need like more words of wisdom or more love or another being. And it's like she has so much divine connections, and sometimes she will bring you closer to another deity, another guide. Like sometimes she is just the messenger for another deity that is meant to be in your life. And I feel that that may be the case for a lot of you, and she shows up differently for everyone. For me, she definitely showed up in a very, very intense way, and I know she was here to stay. But for others of you, she may have a time limit, but that doesn't stop the urgency of whatever her messages are or whatever she's bringing you. Okay, and let's see what else it says. She was further connected with the worship of other mystic divinities, like Apollo and the Muses. The groundwork of the above mentioned identifications, especially with Demeter and Persephone, is contained by the Homeric hymn to Demeter. According to this, she was, besides Helios, the only divinity who, from her cave, observed the abduction of Persephone. With a torch in her hand, she accompanied Demeter in the search after Persephone, and when the latter was found, Hecate remained with her as her attendant and companion. She thus becomes a deity of the underworld. But this notion does not occur till the time of the Greek, though it is generally current among later writers. She is described in this capacity as mighty and formidable divinity, ruling over the souls of the departed. She is the goddess of purifications and expiations, and is accompanied by dogs. There is another very important feature which arose out of the notion of her being an infernal. Namely, she was regarded as a spectral being who at night sent from the underworld all kinds of demons and terrible phantoms who taught sorcery and witchcraft, who dwelt at places where two roads crossed each other, on tombs and near murdered persons. She herself too wanders about with the souls of the dead, and her approach is announced by the howling of dogs. And also something about her is that she has a lot of epithets, and that basically means that she goes by many different names, and that's like something that I find so cool, because she shows up differently for a lot of people. So you'll find that however she is presenting herself to you is whatever lesson or whatever she has to say. Like I said, it's like the energy that is present and how she's presenting herself, there's like a link between that. And what I was gonna say is that she is known to help the homeless, to help the hungry, animals as well, to help the dead as well. She is basically known as one of the primordials. And what that means is that she was here before there was earth, land, or sea. And this is why she has so much wisdom, and she's able to guide others to where they need to be. So yeah, but you can definitely like research so much more, because I can keep going. I can talk your ear off. But yeah, there's so much more. I'm gonna leave a link to where I was reading from, but it's doi.com basically. But like I said, I'm gonna leave it in the description box just in case you want to learn more about her as well. Okay, so all right, so we're gonna jump into what messages is she having for you at this time? Why is she here to work with you or guide you? All right, let's see. Let's see. Tell me about Pile 1. And what is Hecate, why is she here? Why does she want to work with Pile 1? What are the messages? Okay, so you have the Six of Swords. Oh, do I have a story for you? You have the Page of Swords. This is... Alright, I need to get 6 cards, I'm being told. So the number 6 could be significant. Oh my god, you got 6 of Swords. Or you could be in really bad habits. You have the 7 of Swords in reverse. Alrighty. You have the 8 of Cups. This is gonna be... You have the Ace of Wands. And And the spring is definitely significant. The Ace of Cups. And bottom of the deck, you have the Four of Cups. So for some of you, you already work with her, but maybe there's just things that have gotten in the way of that. But for a lot of you, she could be new to you, or you've heard about her but never really, just putting in the time or whatnot. And what I'm seeing is that the main reason that she is here to guide you or to work with you is to help you move out of a situation. For some of you, this is to move away from a relationship or a person. And the way that she presented herself was in a very intense and in a very angry way. Because with the Seven of Swords in reverse, I saw that whoever this is like they think that they are going to get away with something because you are nice, or because you are this Page of Swords. But in reality, she is here to guide you out of this situation. And the lesson that is being learned the most is your worth. Knowing your boundaries, knowing your worth, knowing that this isn't something that you deserve. Just because someone is treating you a certain way doesn't mean that you have to subject yourself to it or that you deserve it. And this is the main message that I'm seeing. I also said that this could be happening around the springtime, or some of you, this has already happened. You have already walked away, but you're having a lot of trouble staying away from this person. That, or you're just having, I feel like you're lost, like you're having trouble finding your purpose, your direction. And in the springtime, so like around March, April, May, there could be new opportunities arising. And it's because around this time you will receive a lot of clarity, a lot of love, a lot of support from her side. She sees you and she sees the work that you've put in. I'm seeing something that I'm getting to. You have the Six of Swords, which talks about, a very, very stressful situation, and you are deciding to move away from that situation. And it could be physically moving out of a home. And for others of you, it's just walking away from a job, a person, something that was just not good for you. And this is swords. When swords come out, it's about communication. Swords, when swords are upright, it's such a beautiful energy, because this represents doing things with integrity, doing things with honesty, communication, being aware of things. And you have the Page of Swords. So this is telling me that there is a lot of information around you. You may be, what I'm seeing is that you may not really be going out as much. You may be staying more to yourself. And it feels as though there's more information that's coming to you now. There's more, there's just a situation where you feel like you cannot get out of it. You feel like this is the end all be all. And there is a way out. There is a solution to whatever problem that you're facing at this time. But you need to be open to it, because pages are like children. You know how children are very innocent, and they don't it's not that they don't understand rules, but they are very filled with joy. And they don't, how do I even explain that? It's like, I guess I would just say that they don't get caught up with responsibilities, right? They live in this world not rent free, but like they're just free. They're independent. They do what they enjoy. And this is why they're so open to new ideas, new things. It's easier for them to adapt to new situations. And this is the energy that she is helping you to to embrace. You need to adapt to a new mindset. And something that I have learned along the way too is that, you know, this is very difficult energy, because when I'm going to say something, it feels very tough. Like, you're definitely having a very tough time. But anyways, I was saying that, yeah, like having to adapt to a situation. And as I've learned, it's not so much adapting, but it's more so letting go of the fear that you're not going to be successful, letting go of the fear that you always need to be right. You don't always need to see the vision ahead. Sometimes it's important for you to trust your own intuition and your place in this world. You need to trust that things are working out for you. Okay, so let's jump into Oracle. Let me get some coffee. You guys know that I always have my coffee. Even I reuse my Dunkin' cups, just because I don't like wasting plastic. That's why you always see usually a Dunkin' cup. But okay, so we're using the Pure Magic Oracle. So let's see what wants to come out. Tell me about pile 1 and tell me about pile 1 and what is Hekate here? Why is she guiding them? What is the messages she has for pile 1? All right. Some of you could be getting a dog as well. You have closing circle, pure intent, sacred doors, timing, and experience. I really want to read this from the book. It just feels, I feel called to it. So let's see what she has to say. And you could be, oh yeah, you could feel more connected to children or animals at this time. And your energy is so much more sensitive. And you could be dreaming about spirits, like people that you've never met before. And this is how you know that your senses are being heightened at this time. Because let me tell you, I've been there. Okay. So this is what it says. The ritual of closing circles is the last act of any spell, ritual, prayer, or ceremony. It releases and disperses all energies used in a magical practice and allows us to close our work down for the universe to then join in and connect. As human beings, our lives are run through the framework of time in stages of beginnings and endings. We are all given a running clock from birth and told to use it with wisdom. Under this rule, we must acknowledge that some things have an expiration date to work with or intuit. The act of closing the circle enables us to understand we are part of the great cycle and have power to disconnect to the right things at the right time. Not everyone will be in your life from start to finish. We all walk our own path, and some people stay for seasons or reasons. Consider your values and make the appropriate choice with pure intention. And it says, have you made sure to close all the doors that hinder your power? You know what this makes me feel like? For some of you, this could be about someone that betrayed you, and even though they're not in your life anymore, their energy is still within you. You may still think about them daily. You may still feel their energy lingering, like they constantly try to talk to you. They may work where you work. It's like for some reason you haven't let go of what they did to you, even though physically this person is not in your life anymore. And this is why you know, you could feel really stuck or sad or at a crossroads. It does feel like you need to make a decision about this situation or about moving on from something physically, emotionally, and spiritually. And this is why Hecate is showing up for you. She is being this light. She is the light in the darkness that you face. And she reminds you that just because you are surrounded in this darkness doesn't mean that it's like life is not always gonna be happy and joyous and literally that it's not gonna be happy and joyous. You know, sometimes you are going to be faced with frustrations, with difficulties, with a lot of tough energy, but it's knowing how to react in that situation. It's knowing to act with integrity, with honesty, with your own character, and playing your part, saying what you need to say and doing what feels right to you. That's what matters. Just like the card said, it's not necessarily about having someone in your life and them staying from start to finish. Everybody has a role to play in your life, and sometimes that means that you're gonna have to cut people off. You're gonna have to walk away or accept that people can be temporary. People can be lessons in your life, but don't take it personal. Let go of expectations that you have with others, with other people, and what they are meant to do in your life. And this is something that I feel like is a very tough lesson, because especially with like close people, because you want to have that sort of relationship, but you can't really force someone to put the work in. And that's something that I'm seeing. It's like you waited until the very last minute possible. You believe so much in this person, regardless of what anyone else said. And this could have been the one person that was blocking you from your blessings or was not allowing you to think straight. And once you let them go in all forms, and I say them, but if this could definitely be a job. This could be something that you dedicated or devoted yourself to that just wasn't for you. It could be school, right? It could be anything. But it's like, you know that this has come to an end, and it's having to accept that. Okay, so let's see what else. I'm gonna use the Witch's Wisdom Oracle. I really want to get, there's another one of this Oracle deck, and it's so beautiful, and I need to get it. That's what I have to say. Okay, tell me about pile 1. Anything Hecate has to say. What is she here to bring? Lessons or blessings, right? I'm hearing transformation. There's definitely gonna be a new you, and your actions are gonna be way more aligned with love, with your purpose, with change. Yeah, you have staff stability, and you also already have the Ace of Wands. So you could be a fire sign, but you don't have to be. You could be born in the spring as well. So Aries or Taurus could resonate. Aries, Taurus, and Gemini are significant or could resonate. What else? Okay, so the Suit of Wands is all about something beginning in your life. And what does that mean? It means that the intentions that you place for yourself are very, very important at this time. If you are wanting a new beginning, but you are placing intention with anger, you are not going to be able to nurture the ideas, or it's like that business that you want to start. that amount of money that you're trying to bring in, that new job that you're wanting, that car that you're wanting, it's not going to last because you are coming from the wrong intention. And with anger, you're going to burn everything to the ground. And I don't say that to be harsh, or to make you feel like you can't achieve your dreams. You definitely can. But what she is teaching you is how to, like, using your emotions as a powerhouse to manifest and to bring in your goals, your dreams, your ideas. You're having the ideas that you have for a reason. And she is helping you to bring success and money and stability into your life. But you need to, it's like you bringing that into action, right? What can you do today that's gonna bring your ideas and the things that you want into your life in the long term? If you are not, it's like you're complaining but you're not doing anything about it. If you don't like the way your body looks, what can you do, right, to remedy that? Maybe it's you eating healthier. It's you finding things that you like eating. Maybe it's you going to the gym. It's like having long-term goals and doing it silently. Like, you don't have to yell out your goals or your ideas. Keep it to yourself. But yeah, there is a lot of ideas, and just you being inspired, you seeing glimpses of what your future can be. But you need to believe that. You need to really sit with your own energy, from what I'm seeing. And then at the bottom of the deck you have manifestation. So I'm definitely seeing that she is definitely helping you with your third eye. She's helping you to envision your future, your purpose. Okay, let's see what else, my dears. You have the Queen of the Moon Oracle. I had to use this one. It's Hekate. Hello. And I don't think I mentioned this, but with Hekate, she is associated with the cycles of the moon, basically. And look how beautiful this is. Alright, tell me about pile 1. Tell me about pile 1, Spirit. Hekate, tell me about pile 1. What does... Okay, let's see. You have fruition. Exactly. That was the word that I was needing. She's helping bring your ideas to fruition. Your abundance. All that hard work that you feel as though you've put in and you haven't been awarded or recognized for it. She is helping you to bring your ideas to fruition. I think a part of you knows that you were meant to be successful, that you were meant for something specifically. For some of you, I'm seeing acting, especially with like the Page of Swords. For some of you, you're meant to be a writer, something about communicating, singers. You may have a lot of different skills, a lot of different talents, but it's just a matter of organization and having a strategy to your madness is what I'm seeing. And bottom of the deck is also self-love. So the key to your success could be the relationship to yourself. The more that you love yourself, the more that you shine. And something about me is that, and I say this so that you guys can see or understand what I'm trying to the message that I'm trying to convey. But when I first started spirituality and reading tarot, this is something that I also had to learn, which was about self-love. It's like you can love the way that you are, your style, the things that you do, but it's not until you really love on your soul and you explore who you are as a person, your purpose, what you're meant to do, that you finally understand, and that you start attracting that same love from other people, where they give you that attention and they give you that time of their day, and that you start attracting like the right people, the people, and even animals, right? But the people that give you the deep connections that you search for, not things that are just on a surface level. Okay, and then last card, I promise. So this is the Witchlings deck. Let's see what you get. Pile one. Let's see what you get from Hekate. Okay, you have enthusiasm. Life is always brighter when you wake up each day with the spirit of enthusiasm. You know, somebody's birthday could be coming up, but I was gonna say that for some of you, you could have been dealing with a bully or somebody that, I don't know why, I just felt that, like, it's like somebody in specific made you lose your spark or something, where you felt bullied or sad in some sort of way. And it's like you're going to gain your spark back. That's exactly what she is here for. Look at all these cards. And the main thing and the main message that you see is that there's like this light that is coming after the darkness. Even the moon is shining a light on this beautiful image. Even the Ace of Cups has the sun behind her. You have the enthusiasm with the yellows. You have the Six of Swords, which talks about that. So that's very interesting. And that is what I feel for you, Pile One. I definitely hope that you enjoyed, that you resonated, and that it brought the clarity that you were looking for sure. I love you. I hope you like, comment, and subscribe. I'll be leaving everything in the description box below just in case you want to check it out. And I will see you in the next one. Bye. Hello. So if you chose Pile 2, or if you chose Pyrite or Old Fool's Gold, and this is also the citrine, or if you chose this card, the Transformation, then the goddess that wants to work with you and that came out is Lilith. Lilith is a very beautiful, beautiful energy to work with. She is essentially known as the first woman, Eve, as you will. That is who she is known as. And I am going to talk a little bit about the history of Lilith. I think it's very important to educate. But you can also skip to the reading parts, the tarot and oracle reading of this video if you want. Everything is going to be down in the description box or comments. So Lilith, it says the first historical whisper of Lilith goes as far back as 3000 BC, before Christ, originating in Mesopotamia. She was acknowledged as the Queen of Heaven, known as Inanni or Ishtar, and would later be the basis for the Greek goddess Aphrodite. In other Mesopotamian regions, Lilith is known as the class of female demons that attack in the night. She was originally portrayed as a handmaiden to Inanna, a well-loved goddess worshipped in Sumer, which involved prostitution in the temple of Inanna. Sexuality was seen as a gift from the heavens and was celebrated as such. It is believed that Lilith was created in order to separate sexuality and lust from the goddess Inanna. Lilith, which is Lilith, was cited as a demon sent out by Inanna to seduce men and steal them away in the night. While in the present day, the name Lilith is riddled with negative associations, many practitioners work with her as a way to connect with their inner sensuality and desire. And also, I think a lot of women in specific work with her for their independence, for their sexuality, and meaning not necessarily orientation, but being comfortable in your own body and being confident in your own body. She helps you tap into your dark divine feminine, essentially. It says there is mention of Lilith in the Dead Sea Scrolls between 408 and 318 before Christ, where she was associated with the wild and untamed beasts, bastards, and demons. Beginning at the Common Era, she became the personification of sexual deviance and wickedness. Her daughters were other succubi and sons incubi. And then it says, let's see. It says quite possibly the most famous rendition of Lilith derived from texts between 700 to 1000 CE, where she is named as the original female inhabitant of the Garden of Eden. She refused to submit to Adam, and that resulted in arguments and disharmony. Adam felt that he was superior to her and demanded that Lilith lay beneath him during intercourse as a sign of deference. Both Adam and Lilith were created by God out of earth, so therefore Lilith argued that her and Adam were equals. Because of her rebellion, she was cast out of the garden. Adam begged for her to be returned, and 3 angels were sent by God to find her, threatening that if she didn't return, it would result in the death of her children. But she was unfazed by the threats. This story is used as a metaphor warning of what happens when women dare to disobey. While initially this myth was created to warn women of the dangers of this wildness, instead Lilith's siren song has called out to rebellious women around the world who want to honor the dark feminine power she emits. And some of the animals that might be popping up if she is reaching out to you, or definitely she wants to work with you, is snakes, cats, and owls. Her colors are black, red, and pink. Her herbs are apple, cardamom, damiana, cinnamon, Jezebel root, lavender, lotus, lily, orchid, pomegranate, poppy, and rose. Yeah. So, and you know what's so crazy, that I don't personally work with Lilith, but when I first started to tap into tarot and divination, I used to constantly have dreams of Lilith, but back then I didn't really understand what was deity work. I didn't know too much about it, and I was still very, very new. So I definitely I feel like I was too scared in the beginning. Even in my dreams, I just wouldn't, I will always say no. And for some reason, I have always felt that with Lilith. Later down the line, I just know that she's going to become important. And for some of you, you may feel like that as well. Some of you have had dreams about her, or you felt connected to her. And you may get messages from her, but it's you're gonna work with her at some point, but it may just not necessarily be now. For others of you, you're already getting the signs and the synchronicities, then you know who you are. Okay. But yeah, and also if you have anything about Lilith, because something that I realized as well is that there's not much information about her. I had to like scour the internet for her, so you can definitely also comment that down below. But let's see. Oh, let's see what does Lilith want to guide pile 2 on? Why does Lilith want to work with pile 2? What is the 411 here? You have the 2 of Swords. Okay. You have the 10 of Pentacles. You have the Temperance card. This feels like it's about religion or faith. You have the 3 of Swords in reverse. And you have, in this deck is called the Hanging one, but this is the Hanged Man and the original Rider-Waite. And bottom of the deck is the Star. So something that I immediately heard when I was shuffling was that she wants to help you gain your power or take your power back. It feels like there has been a situation or a lot of betrayal, a lot of heartbreak, a separation of some sort that you have allowed for far too long to control you. It's like you allow your pain to control you, and she is here to teach you how to let your pain motivate you, let your pain guide you towards where you need to be. It's like when something isn't working and it's causing you pain, instead of you walking away or trying something different, it's like you continue to try the same thing over and over. And I'm seeing that she's here to bring you visions and help you to use your your feminine intuition, and show you because most of you I know are gonna be women. Lilith usually doesn't like to work with men, but it's like she's here to help you touch into your femininity and know that as a woman, you are here to give birth to ideas, to children, to new things. And that holds a lot of power. Being a woman in this world is not, it has its perks, because you naturally are born with gifts. Women are naturally born with gifts, but your choices, it's like your choices chooses your, there's something about your choices and how it makes your legacy for you. It builds your legacy for you. It builds who you are, what you're meant to do, your purpose. So she is here to help you break out of the oldest child, of the family, of being everybody else's shadow. It's like there's a new you emerging after all of this darkness, this depression, this anxiety, this darkness that you've been in, and you know that. I see you being surrounded by a lot of anxiety and fear, not knowing what to make of yourself, but it's like you feel so inclined to do different things. And especially with the Star, there is some sense of wish fulfillment, but I feel like this is also about your dreams, like dreams that you've never even thought of, and this is what's gonna be the most fulfilling for you. For some of you, there's something about your family. I was talking about religion and faith, and how for some of you, you may change your religions, or you may change your sexual orientation, and your family may not like this. They could be very religious, or you have a lot of religious trauma, but that is something that I'm seeing, that there's something with the Temperance card about God and religion, and it's like you feel split with the 2 of Swords. Like should I be the responsible person, right? Should I be this person that is pleasing everybody in my family or my friends, or should I be this person that holds and wields power? And this is like who you want to be, but because of your environment, your family, the things that are around you, you may feel like you cannot, like you are, it's like you feel trapped in a sense. And she is also helping you come out of that, and believing in yourself. Okay, so let's see what comes out for you. I got the animal spirit, so let's see what animal you get. And I'm seeing owls. Some of you could have something with an owl, or you bought something with an owl recently, a book, a cover, a case. Some of you like Harry Potter as well. You have crocodile. Okay, so you have crocodile and you have buffalo. You know, this is interesting because these are two totally different animals. Like, they have nothing to do with each other, but the one thing they have in common is that they pounce. And what I mean is, think about a crocodile. A crocodile observes really well. And you know that a crocodile is dangerous, and you don't want to move. You start to move slowly and you become aware of his presence. But the crocodile stays exactly where he's at. He doesn't move, but he observes you. And when you let your guard down around the crocodile, that's exactly when he pounces at the right opportunity. And this is something that I see where she is helping you to embrace like being more independent and doing things when you need to. And what I mean is saying, like, speaking your mind when you need to, acting when you need to, believing that you are at the right place at the right time. And when you need to fight and when you need to argue and when you need to defend yourself, doing so, even if everyone is against you. And so is the buffalo, right? A buffalo is maybe not as observant, but they're very tough, just like a bull. And a buffalo, you are aware of their presence because they're so large in size and they're all about their community. And for some of you, she may be helping you with your social media presence, with your confidence, and she will help you to connect with others that have went through similar struggles. But yeah, buffaloes are all about their kin, their family, their community. And I know that when any other animal sees, I don't know exactly what they're called, but children of buffalo, right? The baby animals of buffaloes, when they are constantly being preyed on, so buffaloes will surround them, and they will attack the animal that's trying to steal away the prey. And that's something that I'm seeing, and I feel like she may be helping you to, it's like you can't help the family that you were born in, but creating a family of your own where you feel loved, protected, and where you can be yourself, where you can be independent, where you can be where you can say what you want. You know what's funny? I was watching a TikTok earlier. Just hear me out. And there's this girl, and she constantly does like skits, and she was saying how I can't be anybody's friend because I'm an asshole. So even though I get along pretty well with a lot of people, because I'm an asshole, I can only keep other people that are assholes just like me. And that's exactly what I saw. I feel like you are just not someone that you are just not someone that's meant to be quiet, to just give in to certain energies. You are meant to speak your mind, to deliver the cold hard truth, right? The facts, even if somebody doesn't want to hear it. And this is why people who are sweet and nice, like, they can be acquaintances, and you can say hi and bye to them, but it just doesn't really work out, because you are meant to be challenged, and you always want to be like mentally stimulated, especially in relationships. You want to transform and be like elevated, and that's something that I also saw as well, and she may be helping you with as well. Okay, I just feel like you may, it's like you felt like there was something wrong with you, or like because you can't hold friendships because you're an ass or whatever. But it's like, it's not necessarily about that. It's about finding your people. If you're being toxic, that's a different story. But okay, we're using the Seed and Sickle Oracle. So let's see what you get. This one is very beautiful, and it reminded me so much of her energy, because a plant is seen as feminine, but it can be poisonous, and that is literally just like Lilith. Like, I can be sweet to you, or I can be your worst nightmare. You choose. And I feel like some of you are meant to be in this energy. You thrive in this energy. Alright, let's see. Tell me, oh my gosh, you got Lily of the Valley. That is, okay. Tell me about pile 2 and any messages that Lilith has for pile 2 at the moment, any guidance. And I'm seeing her, you know what I'm seeing? I'm seeing her in like a red cloak, and it has like gold details around it. You have Poppy, and you know what's crazy? Poppy is the the flower of the underworld, I believe, or like of the dead. I remember reading about Poppy. Let's see what she has to say. So it's number 6. Okay, it says, the devil is in the details. An old protection against pursuit by monsters involves scattering poppy seeds in your path. Spirits are compelled to stop and count any small items they come across, so this difficult task will slow them long enough for you to escape. Try not to get too entangled in the details, or you'll find yourself coming to a complete stop. It's time to let a few of the less important factors slide for the sake of moving forward. So I think that you could be focused too much on the past or the present moment, and you are being asked to, or her message would be to focus more on the future or your long-term visions. What are you really trying to accomplish? Because there could be a lot of distractions around you, a lot of negativity that is becoming an obstacle or a challenge if you allow it to. And it's like you need motivation, and so you need to think about, what are you trying to achieve long term? Constantly remind yourself of that. Your mind is essentially what I'm seeing, and what she's showing me is like your mind is your center, like where this is what's gonna allow you to achieve your wildest manifestations, your legacy, what your biggest dreams. If you allow someone to break your mind, you allow them to stop you in your tracks, to slow you down, to make you sad, to get to you emotionally. And this is why you have been, maybe you've been meditating more, or like focus more on your third eye or the information you're receiving. You could be filtering out your social media right now the music that you're listening to. You're like not listening to certain artists, not eating certain foods, almost like a detox. That is coming up quite clear. Okay, so that was beautiful. And yeah, I think, like I said, I also believe that poppy is the flower of the underworld, and it shows up for the dead. So for some of you, you could really connect with death. Like maybe you've lost a loved one, or you've lost a lot in life, and you are constantly grieving either the life that you had or a person that you had. And then you have the Urban Crow Oracle. Very beautiful. So tell me, Lilith, what messages does Lilith have for pile 2? You have growth. Yeah. So she's definitely here to help you not only become abundant, but I'm seeing there's a lot of like soul growth for you. You know, it's not only about observing and seeing your purpose or who you are, and exploring that, but it's about growing as a person. It's about learning how to deal with negativity, with hate, with just learning how to integrate more into your shadow, not letting your past consume you, right? And this is something that I'm seeing. This is what makes you grow. This is like from going, it's going from a teenager and a young adult to an adult, because you are, you know, when you're a teenager or you're a young adult, you have so much emotions, and becoming an adult is like you are learning how to manage your emotions. It's not that you don't allow yourself to feel, but you know how to react in that situation. You know how to set boundaries. You know exactly what to do and say. And this is why you are meant to tap into your feminine energy as well. Some of you, where you live, it could be very hot because you have crocodiles. So it makes me think of like Florida, but you could live in the south, or you may want to move there, or you will end up moving there or something. I just see that you could just be an immigrant. Like your parents could have been born in the Caribbean, which would make sense. But I'm seeing for some of you, there's something about moving to somewhere where it's really, really hot, and there could be like wild animals like crocodiles and stuff like that. And then we got the archetype cards. So let's see what you get. All right. Tell me about pile 2. What does Lilith have to say to pile 2? What is she here to guide pile 2 on? You have child divine, period. It says innocence, purity, and redemption suggests a special connection with the divine. She may have an extremely divine connection with you, and you may be someone that you are an open channel. She may teach you a lot about protection as well, and how to filter out all the love and light BS. Basically saying, you know, knowing how to filter out the people and the things that are dragging your energy down, how to embrace your light, it's like learning how to be in the spotlight, learning how to, you are like almost like a muse or an artist that is learning how to be on stage and performing. Some of you could be dancers, or again, there's just something like a career that you're gonna end up choosing while under Lilith's care. And and there's something about being in the limelight or in the spotlight, whether that's through content creation, whether that's like actually performing, right, in some sort of way. But there is something about that, and this is like you starting generational wealth. You could end up having several sources of income, because this is very prevalent. You have the 10 of Pentacles, and it seems like whatever this is gonna put distance between you and your family. But it's like, I feel like you're gonna be okay with that, because in your mind, and even with all the guidance, choosing yourself is never going to be a question. Like, you have to choose yourself and make your own life. Your money's not, I mean, your family's not gonna pay your bills. Your family's not going to, you know, do things for you. So you can't let people make choices for you. You have to make them for yourself. And that is something that I see you learning. Okay. But yes, pile 2, I definitely hope that it resonated. I love this pile, and she has such beautiful energy. And I hope that you loved it. I hope you like, comment, and subscribe. And if you have any suggestions, you can definitely comment it down below, any other videos you want to see. But regardless of that, I will definitely see you in the next one. Bye. Hello. So if you chose pile 3, if you chose the citrine or this yellow crystal, then that means that your goddess is Isis. So Isis is oh my god, Isis is an Egyptian goddess, and she was one of the most beloved goddesses, especially back in the day. And I'm gonna tell you a little bit about her story, but if you want to just skip to the reading, you can. Check the description box. So it says, the Great Mother Isis, the goddess of healing and magic, was crucial to ancient Egyptian religious beliefs. She is known today by her Greek name Isis. However, the ancient Egyptians called her Aset. Her name translates to Queen of the Throne, which is reflected in her headdress, which is typically a throne. Sometimes she is also depicted with the vulture headdress of the goddess Mut, and other times with a disc with horns on the sides, attributed to the goddess Hathor. She took on their headdress as she assimilated their traits. Isis can also be seen as a winged goddess who brought fresh air to the underworld when she went to meet her husband. Isis was the sister and wife of the god Osiris, ruler of the underworld. It is said that she and Osiris were in love with each other even in the womb. Isis was also the mother of Horus, the protector of the pharaoh. The most famous history of Isis begins with Seth, the jealous brother of Osiris, dismembered him and scattered the parts of his body throughout Egypt. The ancient sacred stories say that the other deities were so impressed with Isis' dedication to finding her beloved husbands that they helped her revive him. Isis was very important to the Egyptians because she has so many different powers. She was both the protector of women and the bringer of magic. Isis began as a secondary figure to her husband Osiris. However, after thousands of years of worship, she was transformed into the queen of the universe and the embodiment of cosmic order. By the Roman period, she was believed to control the power of fate itself. So that is a little bit about her backstory. And she has very, very beautiful energy. And something that I believe is that if you feel as though, if you've been seeing signs of her, definitely, especially just signs linking back to Egypt, you keep seeing things of like the color gold, cats, sacred animals, right? Things like hieroglyphics and feathers is a big one as well. Then that may be a big sign. You can also look up more information, specifically signs from Isis if she is reaching out. But her showing up here tells me that she has a message, and for some of you, she is wanting to work with you. And something that I feel is that she is going to help you to, you may end up having a child under her care. Like you may end up, and it feels like it's your first child, like you may end up either having a child or becoming a better mother. It feels like you may find your purpose when you become a mother. You may share your struggles on social media and you may help so many other mothers. It feels like you are a healer, you are a mother, and you are wise. You have the wisdom of the universe with the high priestess. So she is definitely here to bring that to you, to help you tap into that. But yeah, she's definitely here to help you tap into that. Okay, so I was saying that she's definitely here. She's a very powerful energy, and for some reason I just associate her with the sun. She's going to help you bring out your identity, your ego, who you really are. And I really love that. So let's see what you get. Hold on, I'm gonna sit down for this. It's so sooty. Okay, wait. Okay, I think all the chaos is gone. I think we're good now. But okay, so tell me about pile 3. Why is Isis here? What are her messages to pile 3, and what is she here to help? What is she here to guide pile 3 on? Why does she want to work pile 3? Okay. You have the Ace of Cups in reverse. Okay. You have the Page of Swords, the King of Pentacles in reverse. You have Strength in reverse. You have the King of Swords. And you have the Queen of Swords in reverse. Okay. So I'm gonna move my coffee. So she's definitely here for you. I feel like she's definitely going to help you find your divine partner. Something that I'm seeing is that love has always felt very important to you. As if you're into astrology, you could have like your Chiron in your 7th house or in Libra, or something about Venus. Like you could have Chiron in Taurus as well. But the reason that I say that is because it feels like there was a marriage or a relationship from a past life that has almost haunted you, has, it's like ever since you were born you felt so alone or wounded. Especially when it comes to love, you could be a hopeless romantic, and for some reason it just feels like you just know that there's somebody out there for you. Like there's something about a relationship or a marriage or something. It just feels like you are so, like when you fall in love, you fall very deeply in love. You notice all the features about that person. And even when you have to walk away, you know that because you have so much love, all the relationships that you've had have always been spiritual. There's been something about them that is, it just like defies human nature, like human laws, right? It's like it defies gravity, it defies a physical experience. It's so much more than that. And this is why you know that it's like, you know how they say, like, if if I was with the wrong person and I felt such a deep amount of love, imagine what the right person is going to do for me. And so I feel like she's here to help you find your divine partner, just how her story said and how she found her husband. And what's interesting is that in the story they talked about, in her story they basically talked about how she had to go to the underworld and she had to find her husband piece by piece. And metaphorically, you know, this is like you having to go through a very deep amount of darkness, having to, like, you know, this is like the dark night of the soul, right? You having to go through this awakening, and in order to be enlightened or awakened, you have to confront your shadow side, the part of you that felt hurt, betrayed, traumatized, scared. Having to heal that, having to do the shadow work, having to let go of the past. And this is something that I feel she is helping you embody, this strength. For some of you, you could be single mothers, right? There's something about your situation where you've needed a ridiculous amount of strength. There's something that you could have been addicted to, something that you were obsessed with. For some of you, it was an ex. For others of you, it could have been drinking. It could have been it could just be spending money, right? It doesn't have to be something so dramatic. But this is something that if it continues on or continued on, it was going to, like, get in the way of your path. So I feel like that there's a reason why she is showing up, like, exactly at the right time now. And that is something that I'm seeing. I think she's, like, showing me how with the King of Swords and the Queen of Swords in reverse, there's nothing that you do that is gonna stop your divine connection. Because something that I'm seeing is that when you make a mistake or you do something wrong, you feel like you're not gonna get your blessings because you have messed up. You're not going to have this divine union or this divine connection because you haven't been a good person, or you've made mistakes, or you know, so many things. Like, I see your mind being very scattered and unorganized. And the fact of the matter is that you're human and you have human emotions, and she is going to help you not only organize your thoughts but manage your emotions, knowing that your value doesn't come from a temporary action or something that you did because your vision was distorted. It comes from your character and the person that you really are and your intention behind it all. And you're not a bad person. You're not somebody that is out here being a bully, or, you know, like, I just don't see you. I feel like you're judging yourself based off of a situation where you reacted badly, it's like you had to set boundaries, and the way you had to do it, maybe you had to curse that person out, you had to fight, you had to yell, and you cannot judge yourself on a situation that wasn't even fair to begin with. And that is like a very big message that's coming through. But let's see what wants to come out with like oracle cards. So we're gonna use the energy oracle cards. Alright, let's see. Tell me about pile 3. And look at this, you have a broken heart. Like I'm telling you, it's like you came into this life, and ever since you were younger, you had this sadness, but you couldn't even explain why. And it feels like it's not just you. It feels like it comes from a past life of you searching for your partner. You have contract. And what is a contract can be a marriage, a divorce, right? There's something, but this doesn't feel like a regular contract. It feels like a spiritual contract. All right, let's get one more. I'll get this one. Yeah, you have action in reverse. Sometimes with this card in reverse, I feel like this is showing you how sometimes the best action you can take and the best reaction that you can have is to not do anything at all. Is to really sit and listen to yourself. To really sit and listen to yourself. To follow your intuition, right? But sometimes silence is gonna be your best friend, because it allows you to hear and observe. Because it allows you to hear and observe exactly what you need to, and it helps you strategize and plan accordingly. It teaches you the lesson of, is this person really on my team? Is this person really for me? When you really look at someone else's actions. And that may be something that has been needed. There could be a situation you feel tied to, almost like, even if you don't have a physical contract, it feels like you're so tied to this person, and she is asking you to really look at their actions and how they're speaking to you and their intention. Are they really someone that you're tied to, or you're making yourself believe that? Yeah, is like, are you really tied to this person, or is this just an attachment that you have that has distorted your vision? Exactly. All right, let's see your other oracles. All right, so you got the Mystical Journey Oracle. This one is also very beautiful. So let's see. Tell me about pile 3 and Isis. What does Isis want to say? Oh my gosh. You have self-care. Yeah. I think that when other people view your situation, they tell you like, oh, you need to leave this person, because I feel like it feels like you're so focused on an ex, on a relationship, on love. And for some of you, it's like you feel alone, it feels like. And people are telling you like, oh, you need to move on, you need to let him go. And the thing is that, and something that I've come to understand, is that grief comes in many shapes, forms. It comes in any way. And I can tell you the same thing. I can tell you that this person isn't necessarily someone good for you, and that all they do is they're taking from you. I can see that through the cards, but you're not gonna listen to me, because the way that you see this person is with heart eyes. And I'm not saying this to be harsh, but I'm saying this to make you realize and to make you understand that you should be taking your time. Like I said, I think that everybody comes with a lesson in your life. Some people are going to stay for a long time and others for a short amount of time. And you're gonna know when that person's time is up, or when you've learned your lesson and they're no longer meant to be there, because the energy is gonna shift and you're gonna feel like you have to force the connection. You're gonna feel like it's gonna be very one-sided, and it will stay like that until you get up and decide, you know what, I'm not deserving of this. And Isis is here to help you with that and to take care of yourself. Some of you are not properly taking care of yourself. You're not eating enough, or you're overeating. You're not drinking enough water. You're not exercising. I feel like physically you may not be healing, or we're constantly healing, so I shouldn't say that, but I just feel like the actions that you're taking are not helping you to heal or to get better. They're keeping you stuck in toxic cycles, and Isis is here to bring in the light and to help you break that. And something, you may resonate with pile 2 as well, but something that I said in pile 2, which I feel in pile 3 as well, is that your mind is your center. And because of that, if somebody or something can get into your mind, they basically get in the way of your actions, of your dreams, of your goals, of the things that you want to do, because they have the capability of being on your mind all day, and especially if this is in a negative way. And I feel as though you are like strengthening your mind, like being a psychic and knowing how to like shut people out, being an empath but with boundaries, and knowing when to only focus on the guidance that is being given to you or within you. Okay, so that is definitely, some of you could be staying up at night a lot, because I'm seeing like a moon. This is not a moon, but it looks like a moon to me, so that could resonate. And you could be really emotional right now. You could be noticing the changes with this King of Pentacles in reverse. For some of you, if this isn't a partner, for a lot of you it's a partner, like a relationship that is ending, or that you're choosing to like walk away from. You're being very observant, and it's like you're still in the relationship, but you're grieving who this person was before. It's like they're changing. And for others of you, this is a father that has actually passed on, or a masculine energy that was significant in your life. But it does, for a lot of you, feel like this is more so a partner. All right, and then we got Angels and Ancestors Oracle. So let's see what you get, my darlings. All right, tell me about pile 3, and what does Isis, what are the messages from Isis, and what is she here to help pile 3 with? You have Heart Guardian, love and let yourself be loved. The biggest lesson that she may be teaching you here is that the person that you should be loving unconditionally is yourself. The reason why you're loving others unconditionally and you're not receiving that is because you need to love yourself unconditionally first. And you'll see along the way that the more that you love yourself, the more that your energy flows, the more that people are almost amazed at you, at how your capability, at your ability to make things happen, to bring things into life, to nurture ideas, the person that you are, and it will bring the right opportunities. And this will allow you to open your heart space for you to love and let yourself be loved without expectations, or without doing it where you're loving others unconditionally and being hurt in the process. Period. And some of you may have like ginger hair, or you like to wear scarves. Some of you, I feel like you just have very prominent eyebrows, very beautiful features. But it's like you overlook your beauty or who you are. Alright, and then the last oracles that I want to use is the karma cards. I want to see what comes out for you. So let's see. Tell me, okay. Tell me about pile 3, and what does pile 3, what does Isis want pile 3 to know? You have the sun. Did I not say that she reminds me of the sun? It says, demonstrate, realize, and act like a leader. Yeah, so you could definitely resonate with pile 2. But something that I'm seeing is that you are someone that's meant to shine. You're not meant to work a regular job, or you're not meant to have like regular style or be like everyone else. There's something about you, a quality that you have that is very, very different. There's something about your identity, about your relationship, about your acquaintances. You also have your second house, which in astrology is all about your finances, your inheritance, your assets, your money, right? Your income. So for some of you, you could be, if you've been struggling with money or your income, you could be getting a large sum of money soon. This could be also that you're getting several sources of income. And let me get one more card. But yeah, the second house is like you could physically be getting a new car, a new home, just something of value. Some of you have Gemini or Virgo in your second house, or Mercury in your second house, which would represent, Mercury is basically all about your intellect. It could mean that a part of your purpose is to share the wisdom that you have through your career or through your work. You may be someone that you are meant to share like your words, your writing, your art. Something is like something that you're meant to create with the world that is gonna bring you a lot of money, but it's because you know how to almost like bring things into life through words, through art, through like writing, through books. There's something, it's like you're so smart, you're very, very smart, but you're also very spiritual. Your energy is very open, and because of that you're wise. You're not just, it's like you're not just book smart and street smart, you're like spiritually smart as well. Like you're very wise. You may have a lot of experience under your belt, or you're very connected to a past life, and because of that you always felt like that. Like things always feel very natural to you, because it's not just in this life, it has been through lifetimes. Yeah, and then at the bottom of the deck you have your 10th house, which is about your career, your destiny. So she's definitely here to connect you to your purpose, to your career, your money, but to be a boss, to be a leader, to inspire others. It's not just about, you know, managing others and like being on the top. It's like you're bringing everybody with you. But yes, pile 3, I definitely hope that it resonated and that it brought the clarity that you were looking for. I hope that you like, comment, and subscribe. And if you have any suggestions, then definitely comment them down below. And again, everything is gonna be down in the description box if you want to read more on Isis, and ways to work with her or anything like that. And regardless, I will see you in the next one. Bye. Hello. So if you chose pile 4, or you had the selenite or the labradorite, or you chose this high priestess, then the goddess that wants to work with you, has a message for you, and is guiding you and protecting you is Santa Muerte. You'll definitely know if it is her, because she's definitely very loud and intense for many. I've definitely kept having dreams about her, so I know that this reading was supposed to happen with her. I know that for sure. I'm going to give a little bit of a history just to educate you guys a little bit, but you can definitely skip if you just want to hear the messages that come through. I'll leave the timestamps down below. Okay, so it says Santa Muerte is also known as Holy Death, the White Lady, and La Huesera in Spanish. She is a special saint with a deep connection to the essence of death. She's often depicted as a female version of the Grim Reaper, wearing a robe and holding a scythe. But what makes her unique is her feminine touch, with jewelry, flowers, and flowing hair adding to her appearance. Also, although Santísima Muerte and the Grim Reaper share some similarities in their skeletal appearances, they are very distinct entities. It says that the Grim Reaper is a personification of death in the Western folklore. Santísima Muerte has evolved as a figure with a unique blend of Catholic and indigenous influences. And also, something that I realized is that she is heavily worshipped in Mexico. I'm pretty sure that she has a part of her origins could be with Mexico. Okay, it says people who follow La Santísima see her as a warm and friendly spirit who enjoys watching over the living. She has incredible power over everything related to death and decay, which means she can help with a wide range of things. When life is troubled by sickness or addiction, people turn to Santa Muerte for healing. She also brings financial blessings, helps with legal problems, and protects against harm, cutting through curses and negative energy. And it says her wisdom spans many realms, helping her followers gain deeper understanding, creativity, and magical abilities. And then it says, it basically says how death has the power to transform our consciousness. She's considered a powerful spirit for magic, helping people develop wisdom, strength, and awareness. I'm gonna put a link to I'm gonna put a link to more of her history, her origins, and all of that. And from my understanding, because I don't worship her or follow her, but I know that she has basically like 7 versions of her, I think it's called. And she has like a different robe, and every color is signified to be something different. When I dreamt of her, she showed up in red for me, so that could be significant for you guys. And it is said that when she shows up in red, she may be looking over you for passion, love, and power, and sex. That too. But yeah, there's definitely a lot more information online, but for the sake of this video, because you guys know I can keep yapping. All right, so let's see. Tell me, La Santísima, why do you want to work with pile 4? What do you have to say to pile 4? You have justice here. Interesting. You have the 5 of Pentacles. it feels like there was a situation where you were robbed or something was taken from you. Some of you could be facing legal trouble as well. There could have been like an inheritance taken from you. For others, you lost a job, but it feels like it wasn't your fault. Like someone did something to you physically. Like they could have been a bully to you, or your mental health was really bad. There was just something about this job where the right thing to do was to leave the situation. And the energy is weird. It feels like there was a lot of people preying on your downfall, but the thing is that they didn't realize who you were or your significance. And I feel as though you left this job, but you're about to have such a big glow up, or you're about to like manifest one of your like wildest dreams or a really big goal for yourself. You also have the Chariot, and it came out like this, and this is as a challenge. So the Chariot can represent your family, your ancestors. It can basically represent generational curses or patterns, and it can be good or bad. And because it came out as a challenge with the Magician, she is here to help you break through a lot of generational patterns or curses that has plagued your family and has halted or impeded you from starting generational wealth, from having money, from being powerful, from doing the things that you love and enjoy. Or like, it's like there's something about your fate or destiny where if you look at every person in your family, it's like they end up doing things, for example, in their career where they're not happy, and it's like you're breaking that. There's something that it feels like that you are breaking by what you do, who you are. You could be like creating your own family and cutting your family off, or just distancing yourself or something, or setting boundaries. Let's see what else comes out. You have the Ace of Pentacles. I'm telling you, it's like she's here to show you that you are made of wealth. You could be an earth sign, but there is abundance all around you, and you just have to know which opportunities are for you. She could be helping you to heighten your senses, your intuition. I think that this is the Six of Swords in reverse. You may struggle to walk away from situations that no longer serve you. So she could be showing up as the black robe as well, to teach you when to bring death to a situation, when to end it. And it's like sometimes you don't want to because you love that person or you love being in that environment, but it's no longer serving you. It's not helping you. Yeah, you have the Seven of Wands. So she's definitely here to help you with your challenges financially, emotionally, spiritually. And something that I'm seeing as well is that she's here to help you with your faith. To help you with your faith, because if you look at the Justice card, she has a cross, and that's making me think about God and like creator. And so you may not, I feel like some of you were angry at God. You were like, it's like you were just angry at God or your religion, or there's something that happened to you that you asked God to help you, but you feel like you didn't get the help that you needed. And so you were very angry for a long time, and you couldn't relate to religion. And she is the key that is like helping you connect it all, or is gonna help you devote yourself to, not necessarily to her, but to spirituality, to open your mind again. And maybe that's a pattern that you're breaking when it comes to religion. You could have like religious trauma. And maybe your family was very strict. Like, oh, you can't do this because God doesn't like that, or something like that. I could see that. Okay. And then let's also use her oracle. Alright, tell me about La Santísima and what is her message to Pile 4? Why is she here? You have... Alright. So this is the image that you have. I want you to really look at it. You can pause the video and really look at it. And you'll know if she really wants you to work with her, because you will resonate heavily with the image. But what I'm gonna tell you about this image is that a lot of her followers, like I said, I'm not working with her. I have not devoted myself to her, but I know a lot of different people, and I know that her followers basically kneel and walk towards her as a way of devotion, or to show her respect when they are like asking for things, and they bring her offerings. And in this card in specific, this man is kneeled to the ground, but he's dead. He is dead. And it seems to me that this is his grave. And she is watching over this soul, because you can't say that's a person, right? And she has this big scythe, and she has a green robe. And if you notice, there's like tombs behind her, and they're all green. So to me, this is bringing, she is here to bring not only a lot of healing, but she is also here to cast protection over your ancestors, over people that have passed on. For some of you, you have asked for a sign from a past loved one, and she may be the key to that. For some of you, there's something about like someone that has passed, and she is like protecting them. They could have done a lot of bad things, but through their actions you still love this person, and so she is helping them heal, or to like learn their lessons. Yeah, exactly. What else? There's just something about grief with you. You may have experienced a lot of loss, especially as a young kid, and when she comes out in green, it talks about healing. You may be a healer and you just don't know it yet. You just don't know it yet. But she's definitely here. She is bringing justice. She's bringing protection. She's bringing love. She's bringing healing, in all shapes, sizes, forms, ways. So I definitely love that. And pay attention to your dreams, because look what's under sleeping. So she may be protecting you while you're sleeping, and you may feel like a motherly figure. But she could be showing up in your dream. She definitely showed up in my dream. She's like, hello, we need to do a reading. Okay, let me put this, I'm just gonna put this right here. All right, so she has the most oracle cards for whatever reason. So yeah, let's get started, shall we? So tell me about Pile 4, La Santísima. What messages are they needing at this time? What is the guidance, or what is the reason that you are here to work with them? You have new life. Oh my god. You know what I'm thinking about? Like a dancer that was a ballerina as a kid, and you gave up going to the classes, but your heart and your soul is like you were always meant to be a dancer of some sort. And I'm saying this like hypothetically, like a reference, right? You don't technically have to be a dancer or a ballerina, but just like a quote, I guess. And your whole life you tried to convince yourself that dancing wasn't for you because you had one bad experience or because you had one bad teacher. And then you meet someone, or you have this awakening where you realize that it wasn't that it's not for you. It was the person, the teacher, the experience that you had that made you convince yourself. It was like you getting in your own way. It was never the profession. So I see that you could be like, there's like an old project or something that you thought died, like something that you wanted this so badly and you didn't get it, and this is whatever you were angry about. Like, this could be like, for some of you, you wanted to do YouTube, you wanted to do something for your career, but you didn't get the results that you wanted, and you got really angry or sad or disappointed, and you convinced yourself that it wasn't for you. You tried to live a regular life, and losing this job or losing something makes you realize, like, maybe that was for me. And it's like you're bringing something back to life, and she is helping you with this. It's like she is casting a protection this time, or giving you some sort of enlightenment this time, teaching you how to strategize or plan with whatever this is. And it just feels like you're not meant to live like working an hourly job. You're meant to do so much more. You could be like, end up being a professor, or just like, you're meant to do big things in your life, and this is your realization of that. Why have you been telling yourself otherwise? So it feels like you could have the same car and the same house, or, you know, be in the same situation, but your mindset is changing where you have this new life. And little by little, physically, things are gonna change too, where you end up getting that new car or that new apartment or that new job, and it's bigger and better, and it's because of your beliefs and your devotion to her, if you end up working with her or already do. But she is definitely showing up like a mother. It's like she's not just gonna give you what you want, but I feel like she is helping you learn your lessons. She's giving you advice, and she's showing you the way. She's guiding you when you need it most. Okay, and then you got the crystal medicine. So let's see what you get. My darlings, my sweet darlings, my darlings. Oh my gosh. You have divine masculine, and you also have dance. So for some of you, she could be helping you to tap into your masculine side, and feminine or masculine doesn't affect the way that you look. It's just an energy. So masculine is about taking action in your life, basically. And this is telling me that things are about to change physically. Like, you've done the work spiritually, you've cried, you've thrown your tantrums, you've been angry, you've felt it all, and you've been through it. And she is here to help you follow your intuition, learn to let things go, and take action when needed. to speak your truth when you need to. And the dance. This is funny because I was talking about dancing, but I was using that as an example. But this could just be representing that you need to go outside. You need to touch some grass. You need to go do exercise. You need to go on walks. Because when you physically do things, it helps you shake off negative energy, right? When you exercise, your mind is not... I was saying that when you're exercising, your mind is not thinking about all your problems. It's like physically doing things that is bringing you peace. Like you are she is helping you with self-discipline and focusing on your long-term goals as well. But the main thing is like she's bringing you peace and just taking action, getting rid of the negativity. Like you don't need that. If somebody or something is like bad company, then why do you need it in the first place? And then we're gonna use the Halloween Oracle. This one, I knew it was gonna be for her, especially with the skulls. And I wanna read from the book. So let's see what you get, my sweet darlings. Tell me about pile 4. What does La Santissima want to say to them? Oh my gosh. Okay, wait. What does La Santissima want to say to them? You have scrying, and this is all about your intuition. All right, let's read. Okay, it says, scrying is the divination technique of seeing unconscious images appear upon or within a surface. People scry into a crystal ball, a black mirror, water, even the surface of ice. It is a very ancient technique and one traditionally enacted on Samhain, which is Halloween. The keys to effective scrying are being relaxed as possible, minimizing possible distractions, softening your gaze, and allowing. The enemy of effective scrying is distraction, both from inside and out. Turn off the phone, electric lights, anywhere where you can see them, any music, and if you are scrying outdoors, take the time to settle into the environment and listen to all the noises so that your mind will not need to break your focus later. If you regularly meditate, you may wish to use those techniques, or otherwise, you can simply shut your eyes and focus on slowing your breath. If you have a specific question for the scrying medium, state it up front. Then once you feel relaxed, turn your focus inward. So it says that if you pull the scrying card, this is basically suggesting that you should try this form of divination if you are into that. Obviously that's not gonna be for everybody. It also indicates that you may wish to develop your intuition further and not rely solely on the logical part of your mind for all answers. True wisdom takes a balance of logic and imagination, and intuition for true wisdom. Yeah, so I feel like she is helping you to not only tap into your deeper into your intuition, but she may bring different forms of divination, especially if you are already doing tarot, or you're very good at interpreting dreams or angel numbers. These are forms of divination. Just letting you know that. So that could be significance. Let me put these back. And then the last one that we're going to use, hold on, is gonna be the Enchanted Blossoms. So anything else, any last guidance that La Santísima wants to give prior for? Yeah, she is definitely here to guide you when it comes to spirituality, for sure. And I feel like this has a lot to do with like deities and helping you to see who is good for you, who is not. You also have peace, so bringing peace into your life. And you also have aspirations, most definitely connecting with your deepest ambitions, aspirations. Sometimes, this is the last thing that I'm gonna say before I go, and it's that what I'm seeing for you is that you're fighting an uphill battle, and I'm seeing you like you're walking up a hill, and your goal is to get to the top of the mountain, but you have such a heavy book bag that, and in this book bag is all your emotions, all your friends, all your relationships, everything that you carry on an everyday basis. And what I'm seeing is that the more that you are walking upwards, the tougher that it becomes. And because you are prioritizing this book bag, you know, you're prioritizing your emotions, your friends, your relationships, your goal, your long-term vision it keeps changing. You're like, maybe I don't need to make it to the top. Maybe I could just go here and then come back down. And you start to do what's comfortable to you. And when you go back down, you realize that your goal since the beginning was to get to the top, right? There's something at the top for you. And this is what it feels like. You cannot allow your goal, your dreams, or your visions to change because of who is around you or what is in your environment. And this is what she is helping you to filter out the bad, or the people that have like, I don't want to say a bad influence, but just distract you, the people that are getting in the way of your deepest desires, because it definitely feels like there's a lot of patterns and like a lot of people that are not good influences around you. They don't have to be bad people, but they're just not meant to be in your life and on your path to success. And there's nothing wrong with that. But yes, that is definitely what I have for you, pile 4. I definitely hope you enjoyed. This was so much fun to make. Definitely let me know if you want me to do this reading again sometime, because I will definitely do it. I hope you like, comment, and subscribe, and I will see you in the next one. Bye.